Alright, today we're looking at writing equations, quadratic equations when we have a table or a graph. So the first thing we want to do is find the vertex. So we are going to determine the vertex. So determine vertex. And with the quadratic equation, if you notice that the 7's match up, 16 matches, and this should actually be 31, not 37. So these all match up. So the vertex is going to be right in the middle. So it doesn't have a pair because it's the turning point. So right now we know that the vertex, so we determine the vertex. So the vertex is 3, 4. So we have our vertex. After we find the vertex, we just figure out the pattern. So to look at the pattern, we're just saying, well, let me erase these real quick. How do we go from the vertex? So here's the vertex. So how do you go from here to here? Plus 3, plus 9, plus 21. So we know that this pattern, whatever number this is the value of A. So determine the vertex and then determine the pattern, which is our A value. So A equals 3. The A value is always going to be whatever we're adding from 4 to the second number. So since we're adding 3, our A value in this case is 3. So to write the equation, we just have y equals x minus squared plus. So all we're going to do is plug these values in. So the A goes here, so it's going to be 3, parenthesis x minus, and then we have our vertex, so this first value goes inside, so it's x minus 3, and then the second value goes to the outside, plus 4. So our equation's y equals 3, parenthesis x minus 3 squared, plus 4. So we're going to do the same steps here. So when we have a graph, the first thing we want to do is determine the vertex. So determine vertex. So that's our starting point, and we notice that the vertex is this point right here where the graph changes. So it's going down, stops, and now it's going back up. So that's our vertex. So we can say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 4, comma, -8. So now we have our vertex. After that, we determine the pattern. So we determine the pattern. Whoops. Determine the pattern. So determine the pattern. And so from the vertex to the next point, it's plus 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6, plus 10. So if we notice, it's the 2, 6, 10. So it's going to be the A value is going to be 2. So it's going to be whatever that first one is again. So A is 2. So once we have that, it's y equals the A value, x minus squared, plus our other part. So y equals 2, the A goes in for 2, and then x minus, this is my value here, so it's x minus 4, and then what are we adding on to the end? So plus -8, or we could have just said minus 8. So once again, we just find the vertex, so we determine the vertex, and then the pattern, and we just plug those 3 values in, and that's how we write our equations.